Okay, so since Gacha Life 2 came out and I needed to get a video out, plus test it to get comfortable with it, I figured why not record me making a version of my semi-realistic OC. As you can see, I did not know what I was doing. Literally as soon as I saw it was downloaded about 7/7:30 p.m. I ran to my room to start testing it, so I was completely clueless. I spent at least 10 minutes on this side here not knowing I could move the other side. It was pretty intimidating, not going to lie, but I was able to adapt pretty fast. Okay, maybe that was a lie, but it didn't take me longer than an hour to start remembering how things went. The color slider was a little weird at first, but since I'm a pro gamer, was had to use one before. It wasn't horrible, just a learning curve, but I forced myself to get used to it, and I'm glad I did, cause it is pretty easy now. I was super excited for how customizable everything was, and that means people can make some pretty cool and unique stuff, but I also wanted to make something cool and unique, but I've barely been on the app 3 hours, so I'm still fresh to it, and while I'm slightly upset I haven't made anything super cool yet, I'm still improving, so I gotta be bad first before I'm good. Watched new stuff and everything looks great so far. I haven't run into any bugs yet, though I have noticed that not everything can be used yet, so I can't wait for that. I was trying to make this look like me while also being cool and different, but that's kinda hard when you have dark brown hair and black eyes like 70% of the population of Earth. Hiya. Moving stuff was slightly difficult on the stance that I just wasn't used to it, but it is such a good addition. Chif's kiss, it's perfecto. The face was a little annoying to do, cause while everything is able to be moved and changed to be special in its own way, that made it a little tedious to get the eyebrows correct looking and get the pupils to not look like they were bulging out of your skull. I did eventually get it right though, but not without struggle, as you could see by how many times I went back and tried to fix it just to make it look the same all 19 times. I know that my original OC has a gray hoodie on, and while I do still have that hoodie in real life, I got a new one that I wear much more than the gray one now. It's red and way too big for me, so it's perfect. I have changed since making MG Agok, and I wanted to show that with her design changing, but I kinda wish I had just remade her with the gray, as it looked really simple and good, and I'm just not used to the reds and yellows yet. Oh yeah, speaking of yellow, my Ak doesn't wear shoes on this one. She wears a pair of ankle-length socks that are red and yellow, and those are a gacha remake of my actual favorite socks and the ones I was wearing while making her. They are Harry Potter and so soft and fluffy, but gacha doesn't have any Harry Potter socks, so I did my best. I added a controller to try showing what a pro gamer I am, but I eventually just got rid of it as it wasn't on my original Ak, and it didn't look that great on her. My actual controller is straight black, so I tried adding my favorite color to it to make it less boring looking. Turns out green and red don't look great together, and I just ending up scrapping that idea. Also, don't expect my OC to stay the same. I'm not fully in love with how she turned out, and there's definitely room for improvement and adjustments, plus I have a habit of chanting and not being able to keep the same OC for more than like a few weeks. It's a bad habit, I know, but hey, I like change. That's a lie, I hate change, but I like changing my OC, keeping y'all on y'all's toes. Hiya. Remember, this is what she originally looks like. Now here is the first of many Gacha Life 2 versions. Ooh. What's that, a surprise? Yep, that's right, I have a surprise. I decided that doing just one OC was cool, I guess, but I figured I'd treat y'all and do 2 OCs. I did my OG, as you know, but I also decided to do one of my oldest OCs and kinda my channel's mascot.
I don't think I've ever introduced you guys. How rude of me, though you may recognize her. Her name is Valkyrie, and if you'd like I can do a video explaining her backstory. Anywho, this is not her OG look. This is a version of her, and I like this version, but I also really liked her older version, which I took lots of inspiration from for her new Gacha Life 2 look.
This is the closest thing I could find to her original design without getting into my edgy wannabe bada punk phase. Well, I guess it really wasn't a phase for real life me, but it was cringy for wannabe gacha tuber me. Ahaya. So this is my remake of her. I kinda combined both designs and add a little bit. She's supposed to be an adventurer of sorts, hence the bags and such. She is also kinda a demigod. Again, I'll explain in a video of her backstory if you all want. I swear she is not a Mary Sue LMAO, she isn't all powerful and things can and do hurt her ahaya. Now some side by side comparisons, my semi-realistic OC and Valkyrie.